After 738 days in captivity, all hostages held by Hamas were finally released on Monday, a dramatic turn that could signal the end of a 2-year war that left Gaza devastated. The first group of 7 hostages were freed earlier in the day, followed by 13 more later in the evening. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office confirmed that all hostages were now with IDF forces in Gaza and would soon return to Israel. Marking the historic moment, US President Donald Trump arrived in Israel to a hero's welcome. He addressed the Israeli parliament, declaring the war in Gaza over and calling it a new beginning for the region. Trump's visit coincided with celebrations over the US brokered ceasefire and hostage deal, an agreement that he said has ended the war and opened the door to lasting peace in the Middle East. According to Israeli media reports, Trump is also expected to visit the freed hostages, who are currently being treated at the Sheba Medical Center. As part of the ceasefire agreement, Israel began releasing Palestinian prisoners. Videos showed buses carrying detainees leaving Ofer prison in the West Bank. Officials told Reuters that 154 Palestinian prisoners would be deported outside Israel and the Palestinian territories. Israel also made last-minute adjustments to its list, replacing 2 prisoners and swapping about 120 Gazans detained after October 7 with others slated for release. In his speech, Trump praised Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for his leadership and described the moment as the historic dawn of a new Middle East. He said Israel was entering a golden age, just like the United States. The war between Israel and Hamas began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas launched a surprise attack on southern Israel that killed around 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and saw 251 hostages taken. Reflecting on that day, Trump said the world must never forget the victims and the pain that Israel endured. He thanked Arab and Muslim nations that helped mediate the hostage release, saying their cooperation was key to bringing the captives home. He acknowledged the immense suffering of Israeli families over the past 2 years and said the country had endured unimaginable hardship with resilience and faith. Trump is now set to travel to Egypt for a major summit with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and leaders from over 20 countries to discuss Gaza's future and the wider peace roadmap for the Middle East. The ceasefire is expected to be accompanied by a massive inflow of humanitarian aid into Gaza, where famine conditions have been reported. The 2-year conflict destroyed much of the enclave and displaced nearly 90% of its 2 million residents. It also triggered regional tensions, global protests, and international scrutiny over Israel's military actions.